Hi, welcome to Pictures, Notes and Words. I'm Hedgy.
And I'm Paz.
And this is Ex Libris, if I'm saying it right. This band features a lady called Diane van Giersbergen, and I'm pretty sure she's not related to Anneke van Giersbergen, who you may know. Done a lot of stuff with Devin Townsend and several other people, probably Beyond Strid, somewhere along the way. She was on, in fact, she's did a song with, I always do this, I'm just about to go to say it, Amorphis. I just go to say something and the word disappears out of my head. She was on an Amorphis song off their new album. But that's Anneke van Giersbergen. This isn't. This is Diane. And Diane used to be the singer with Xandria. I did a Xandria video near the beginning of the birth of this channel. So I'm not sure exactly, but way back. Look up the Xandria video. It begins with an X. I don't know if Xandria are no more, or whether Diane's just left them, but I think she left as not with them since 2017, and now she's with Ex Libris. That was quite a lot of information, wasn't it? So anyway, he says, clicking to a new window. This is Ex Libris, and they've done a video called Anne, which is about Anne Boleyn, and looks like this. I haven't heard this. Somebody did recommend this to me, but I can't find. I went back in my comments and I couldn't find the person that had recommended it to me. So this is a song called The Courtship. If you know who Anne Boleyn is, she married Henry VIII and didn't really work out. But yeah, so I'm interested. I have not heard this. I've heard about 3 seconds of it, and it just sounds kind of technical metal, whereas Xandria was a very symphonic.
I don't really know Xandria, to be honest. I don't know this.
No, I don't know Xandria that well.
I don't know this. It's going to be a surprise. Nice,
yeah, I don't know where this is going to go. Xandria was a very Nightwish symphonic metal kind of thing. You know, it was very, very Nightwish. I've heard about 3 seconds of this. Literally, this sounds more, well, from the 3 seconds I heard, more metally and technical, but who knows, it could go anywhere. I might just happen to land on a particular 3 seconds. But
the fact that it's chapter 1 Anne Boleyn sort of suggests there's we're not going to get a 3.5 minute one like Arian who just did it. It tends to go might be a bit more involved. So yeah, I'm interested to hear this. Yeah,
so like I say, this song, I'll do that, called The Courtship, is off this album called Anne by Ex Libris. So this is called Anne, Chapter 1. No, the album is called Anne, Chapter 1, Anne Boleyn. Are you lost? I tell you what, follow the link to this video and you can see for yourself. So yeah, I don't know what we're getting. So let's find out. Makes sense. If I could click the right button, it would make sense. very front and centre in the mix, isn't she?
A little bit.
She's a bit overpowering in the mix, I think, because the guys in the background, I assume they're guys, they might not be guys, but the people in the background are like playing like demons. They're a bit lost sometimes.
I'm finding that the melodies don't fit what's going on behind
sometimes
it.
It sounds like two different songs, one that's been overlaid on the other.
Yeah.
Because they're going and she's going.
There's a bit of sort of dream theatre-y riffage going on.
Absolutely.
I'm not sure whether her vocal melodies fit at this moment in time, but it's early doors, so we'll see. Feel like that you just play your bit, I'll go and sing my own thing.
I'll come and record my bit next month.
Yeah. Oh, I'll record my bits first, you just come up with some some Symphony X stuff type metal underneath.
I wish they'd done a video, like an in the studio video, because they're playing like mad.
Yeah.
It's very Dream Theatre, without a doubt.
I'm hearing more Symphony X in it, to be honest. But yeah. Let's get on. For me, it saved itself in the last minute.
In the last minute, yes, exactly. That's what I thought. I thought, oh, it's all come together. And you know what? I think this suffers from slightly, and you'll be better at this than me. Clearly, they didn't. You don't. When you record these things, you don't do it all sat in the same room. You know. So you know the drums go off and record their bit, and the guitars do their bit, and you mix and and then the singer goes off or does it before or whatever. In what order you do it. But people record them all separately, and her recording to me sounds clearer than the recording of the music, which is going to be down to the mix probably. Shadow Path, they did a song by a band called Shadow Path a while ago, and that had this where the singer doesn't sound mixed in, they sound like a separate layer, and whether it's either the recording or the mixing or a combination of the two, but I mean, there's no doubt that all of those people can play like you know, brilliantly, and she's obviously got a fantastic voice without a doubt. But the way it's been mixed together, she's not in it. She's like a separate layer that's clearer, which makes her overpower it. She's also quite high in the mix as well, and that's where it sounds like to me. It was the same. Do you remember I sent you the Shadow Path thing, didn't I? And that's kind of suffered from the same thing, and it's like a mixing thing.
Because her range is quite high, so you've got her. She's quite high register as well, which cuts over everything else. So if she's quite loud and she's singing quite high, it doesn't really mix.
Doesn't integrate. No. Yeah, it doesn't mix. But then in the last, like I say, the last minute or so, it all came together and I think that's because the band calmed down.
Yes, I thought that when it got back to just doing basic chords, she could do what she wanted.
Yeah.
Whereas at the start,
but they were fighting each other a bit.
Her vocal melodies didn't seem to go with the music, or vice versa. The music seemed to be too technical for what she was trying to put across.
And to make an album like this, it's got to be a work of passion, hasn't it? Because if you're going to make a whole album about a historical figure, not character, she was a real person, a historical figure, you're tied into what the story is because it's real life, and then you've also trying to get all of that story across, and you kind of, it's so storytelling wise, or you know, lyrically, you know what you've got to get all of this stuff in, and sometimes lyrics, when you have to do that, can get a bit tangled, get a bit mangled, shall we say, while they try and get because you got to get the right, all the words in, kind of thing. You know, I've got to get this story across or whatever. And then they've played like Billy-O over that. I don't know.
Is it as if they came up with, they sat in different rooms while they came up with their different.
Yeah, I can't figure out what it's like something with a personality problem. It's not quite sure what it wants to be, because she's obviously very operatic and a slow singer, you know, she's got her drawn out operatic notes, so it kind of goes quite slowly. I'm sure she can sing quickly as well, but she isn't. But then you've got the music going at 100 miles an hour and being quite fiddly.
Yeah.
And it's that the two things were, in some places, felt like they were fighting each other. But clearly it's interesting because we've just spoken for
there's a Gamma Ray song of one of their later albums. It's a bit like that. It goes at 300 miles an hour, but Kai's just singing long drawn out notes, and it doesn't fit because you feel it should be, his vocal melody should have more notes, and I think they say just need more notes in a vocal.
Can you sing more notes, please? Yes.
Well, use more notes. It sounds easier said than done.
I mean, she's got a fantastic voice, without a doubt. It just doesn't quite mesh right, and like I say, it's like a separate layer on top of the music. It doesn't feel like it's in the music. Yeah.
So when the music calmed down towards in the second half, it just all seemed to blend together a lot better. Did I like it? Yeah, I did. There's enough in. I thought the music was
I'm not
really
sure I like
good.
it. I appreciate it.
Yeah. I thought there's enough in the music for me to go home and check another one at one of their time.
If the whole album's like that, I think it might turn into be quite hard work.
Yeah.
Because it's fighting you a bit. So
perhaps it just needs a bit more work from the listener to get what they're trying to do.
Definitely, it's one of the. I mean, if I heard that again, it would sound differently.
No, what you're going to get.
Now you know what you're going to get, yeah. And then I heard it for a third time, I would hear more, and you just start picking out the nuance, don't you? And there was plenty of that, because they were, like I say, they were playing all over the place, like you say, like Symphony X.
We should do a Michael Romeo solo album song one day.
I haven't a clue.
Got a new album called War of the Worlds Part 1.
Alright, what's that about?
About this world, it's with the war.
Right.
Which is only Part 1. Anyway, it's good. Yeah, I'll check a bit more out of that, or listen to this again at least when I get home to it.
Yeah, it's like a curiosity, because it's quite a brave thing to make an album like this. Like, so that's why I say it's like somebody's passion to make this, because you're picking a subject that people aren't going to be particularly interested in.
Yeah. And knowing how difficult it is to put that sort of music together and the whole concept, I don't want to dismiss it just on going,
because it's a ton of work.
Yeah.
And clearly somebody's, personal project.
Yeah. And they can all really play, so it'd be a shame just to say, don't. So,
which I'm not saying at all. But let's be honest. So let us know, as usual. I say this at the end of every video. Let me know what you think. I'm supposed to say, and subscribe and like and share, but if people want to do that, they're going to do that anyway. They don't need me to remind them at the end of every video. I should have a big flashing subscribe sign up here, shouldn't I, or something? It's not important. What's important is
I subscribe to a cookery show channel, and I still get recommendations now to make soup that I'm not really interested in.
I subscribed yesterday to a channel where they're building a boat.
Great.
Really, it's, in fact, you know what, and it's called, if you're still here, right, at the end of this video, this is the bonus content, okay? It's a really, if you just like watching craftsmen make something that people shouldn't be making anymore, subscribe to a channel called Acorn to Arabella and just watch these people literally build a big boat. It's not a ship, but it's a big boat, just using all these, like, just wood and their bare hands kind of thing. And I just can't stop watching it. It's just anyway, so there you go. There's some bonus content for the Patreon people. Except I don't have a Patreon channel.
It may inspire some band to do a whole album of building ships.
A shipbuilding album.
Shipbuilding album. I've put an idea in his head.
How many songs can you do on planing wood?
Slide! It's got some great vowels you can use.
I assume everyone's just left by now. It's just us two talking to each other, but yeah.
Onward on the sea. And so on.
Yeah.
That's all you need. Sometimes that's all you need is a spark of an idea.
Yeah. Does the last song's them setting sail, I guess.
Well, it
not sinking.
We could do sort of a round the inch marathon thing, and that could be the final song. They go, but on the first bit is them making the boats for an invasion or something.
I've forgotten how we got here.
Sorry, Ex Libris.
But yeah, sorry, Ex Libris. We've hijacked the end of your video, but we've said a lot.
But to go back to Ex Libris, at least they've tackled an interesting historical subject, and that's how these things start, isn't it?
Yeah, that's why I can only assume that it's a project that's somebody's passion. Because it's not something you sit down as a band. I can't imagine it anyway. I'm not saying it didn't happen, but I can't imagine sit down as a band and going, what should we make an album about? And someone went, Anne Boleyn, and everyone went, excellent idea. We'll have that one. Catherine of Aragon. No. Anne Boleyn. Okay, yeah, we'll have it. I think that's the only two wives of Henry VIII I can name.
Are we done?
Yeah, I'm just thinking of another. We're just going to string this out for a 50-minute video.
I'm just trying to think of some shipbuilding puns, but I can't think of any.
Me either. Bye.
See you now.